There's multiple great things about Baki's Musashi, but one of my favorite things is how this series tackles the trope of the strongest is the loneliest, right? You got characters like Gojo, even Yujiro from Baki itself, Ricardo from like Hajime no Ippo, but the way Musashi tackles it is very differently because his circumstance is that he was reincarnated essentially. See, for every other character, they have opportunities or at least some connection that prevents them from being completely lonely. Yujiro, in his own way, doesn't care about the loneliness because he is just living how he would live. That's why whenever he interacts with Baki and Jack, it's very weird to them, but for him, he's just like, "What do you mean I'm not a good father? I've literally lived how I've lived." And in Gojo's case, he's actually trying to nurture the next generation, right? But for Musashi, he was reincarnated in an era where everything he knew is just now frowned upon or just not important. Violence is not the top dog now. You can't just go around killing people and become a famous like actor, famous person. I don't know why I said actor. Either way, in his fight with Baki, he proclaims that he's gonna become the greatest and strongest yet again in this era. And Baki sees through it and he sees that like he feels like a little bit of sadness for him, that he's just kind of like, because Musashi actually knows that you can't like climb in this era by cutting like he did in the past. Like he's been aware of it and he can't stay in this world, right? Like he's that's why he was trying to force it at the end of his arc. Another thing that sets him apart from the trope of the loneliness of the strongest is that he just doesn't care about it. See, compared to all these other the strongest characters, he actually enjoys the fame that comes with being the strongest. If Musashi was in Gojo's shoes and he was isolated or he was seen as only as a weapon and only for his strength, he would love it. When he learned that people were telling stories about his past for hundreds of years, he was ecstatic. He loved that. Usually whenever I see a character who's as boastful as Musashi, they usually get like struck down, right? Usually like the character who's cocky and is like, I'm gonna become the best. And they usually just exist to get like stomped out and like, hey look, this guy sucks. In Musashi's case, you have a character who's boastful but can actually back it up very well. A character who wants the fame, who wants what comes after a fight, and he's not shy about it. He's like, yeah, I will become the strongest. My name will be sung. People will tell stories of me from hundreds of years from now. I'll be remembered in history. That's what sets Musashi apart from these other the strongest character tropes. Like they all, not all of them, but a lot of them have like inner conflict, something that's just like not giving them happiness. They don't, they're not getting what they want despite being at the top. Musashi likes the grind, for lack of better words. And that's just one aspect of what makes his character so interesting. Not only is he just fun to watch and is he just cool, but he's also just like a really well written character, well executed like really well.